Welcome back, everyone.
Hey guys.
If you're new to Stile this year, welcome for the very first time. And to our seasoned veterans, welcome back.
Another year, term 1, 2025.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, wild.
We are your hosts for today. So my name is Chloe and I'm the professional learning leader here at Stile.
And I'm Tom. I am the brand new head of schools for South Australia and Tasmania. So I'm very excited to be joining the team.
Welcome, Tom.
Thanks. I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians, the country throughout Australia, and recognise that sovereignty was never ceded. So today we would like to specifically acknowledge the Boonwurrung and the Woiwurrung people. That's the land that we are here today. And those traditional custodians from across the country as well. So welcome.
Thanks, Tom. Now, before we jump into today, I think it's really important for us to highlight our mission here at Stile. Our goal is to create a world-class science education for every student.
Yep.
And here at Stile, we're actually a team of scientists, teachers, engineers, and even artists, although that doesn't describe me.
Not me either.
Tom and I, we're both from the teacher camp.
Yes.
And we've got members all over Australia and even some in the US now as well. And here's a happy snap of our beautiful team.
Something's missing though.
Oh,
yeah, I know. We do have to take a new one. There's been a lot of new people come on and we're really excited. And yeah, so I think next time we should have a happy snap with everybody.
Yeah, we can Photoshop you in.
Thank you. Yeah, let's do that.
Now for today, for our webinar, just a bit of housekeeping. So by default, everyone is muted and your cameras are off. If you do have questions throughout the session, however, please pop them in the chat and someone from our team will respond to you there.
Very helpful team too.
Yeah. We are recording the session today though, so if you miss part of this or if you've got to duck off, you can always come back later.
Great.
So, what's our agenda today, Tom?
Well, we are kicking off the new year. We're going to talk about what's new, some exciting new stuff, and then what's next, where to go to from there. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So this is a great place to start, kicking off the new year.
Kicking out the
new year. No, not quite yet. We're still at the start of the year.
Well, we don't recommend kicking anyone at the start of the year, but...
So, good place to start.
Yep.
Our PL Hub.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
The PL Hub is a very handy place to start. I found it really useful when I first experienced Stile. I was in the classroom and I thought, it's such a massive piece of software. Where do I even begin? It was so nice to have the PL Hub training there. I would recommend any teacher when they're first starting to have a look, check it out. There's all sorts of badges you can get. And I thought the really cool thing was I noticed that the badges were just popping up and you'd get notifications and you'd train on the go. So,
yeah, absolutely. So the PL Hub, the training section, it's brand new.
Yep.
So before when you were learning Stile, you're probably learning things on the go. Our PL Hub is here to help guide you. So it's really the how of how to use Stile. And like you said, there's a series of actions that you're prompted to complete, but they pop up automatically once you complete them.
Yep.
So if you want to collect all your badges or you think you might be a seasoned veteran in Stile, maybe check out the PL Hub training to see if you really are.
I think there's 6 at the moment
6
available.
At the moment?
I've only got about 5, so I've still got a few to go.
Ooh, not a seasoned Stile expert yet.
Yeah. I'll get there.
Yeah. 6 at the moment, and we've got more coming soon.
Yep.
So keep your eyes peeled.
Great.
Now, another place for you to have a look at in the PL Hub is Stile Academy.
Yeah. I want to give you a little clap for this because it's so impressive.
Thank
we had a look at it
Thank you.
I just saw it there and I didn't quite have access to it at the end of last year and I was like, I want this. And now it's there. So
Well, you can have it.
I know, I want it.
Now, Stile Academy is also brand new and it includes me. You will see my face throughout it. But it's essentially, it takes you through best practice pedagogies. We do have foundational memberships on and we definitely don't have time to really dive into Stile Academy today. But if you would like to gain access, you can do so by heading there now.
And there's still spots available.
Absolutely.
Great.
Still spots available. We've already got 200 teachers already signed up.
Great. Get onto it.
Awesome. And lastly, our events page.
Yes, there's all sorts of new things that come up here. It's always worth looking up when webinars are coming up like this one. But there's a whole range of things throughout the year that will pop up here. So if you're ever interested, I'd take a look.
Yep, lots of PL opportunities that you can even book for your school.
Yeah. So it's term 1, You open up Stile, what are you going to find? You will find the scope and sequence documentation right there, ready to go.
Yeah, brand new view.
Yep. In the top right-hand corner, you can click on it and you can toggle through the different curriculums. So there's 8.4, there's version 9. You can find the one that's going to suit you, which I think is a really handy tool just to be able to compare.
Yep.
Particularly if your school, you might be at a school where you're still sort of on 8.4, rolling up to version 9.
Yeah.
It's really nice to be able to toggle between the two. So
Yeah.
It's really useful.
And the scope and sequence view it's a suggested view, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got our Stile scope and sequence. It's there for you if you want to use it straight as it is. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
However, if you are an admin at your school or a head of department, you will also be able to create your own school scope and sequence.
Yeah.
So you can order the units how you would like for your school. And then you will actually be able to publish this for the rest of your team to see.
Yep.
So in Stile, and you'll see this on the screen, you'll have your Stile library, but you'll also have your school library. And as you go through, you can pick and choose the units you want.
Yeah.
If you want to teach the ones from Stile in the order that we've suggested, you can also do that too. There's a really easy button for you to click. So that you can teach those units in that exact order.
It's really nice to have that ability, if you are going in and you're like, I don't know where to start, there is a suggested sequence, but if you're a school that has a pretty well documented curriculum already, you can just drag and drop and it's really customizable. So it's a really powerful tool for those departments who want to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and we hope you love it.
Yes, all those sorted heads of departments out there.
Now, if you're a school, just on that, if you're a school and you've created your own custom units, which sometimes we love to do, we've got something that's, we've developed for many years and we might have taken pieces of different Stile lessons, that's totally fine. You can add your custom units to your school's library as well. And I've got a little bit of top secret news to share with everyone.
Are you sure you want to tell me a secret? Because I don't know whether I'm going to be able to keep it.
Yeah, you'll tell everyone.
The worst. Tell us.
So coming soon, you'll actually be able to, if something is updated in Stile, then what will happen is that those updates will then trickle down to your school scope and sequence automatically.
That's really
So you won't
handy.
need to re-download anything. Everything will be there for you. Your units will get completely updated. However, we will let you know that an update has been made so that you can approve that update.
Can it do my taxes?
Probably not.
Okay, right. Well, we'll work on that later.
Yeah. That's another problem for the
what's
engineers
new.
to solve. And just on those custom units as well, I think it's really good to know that all of your Stile X resources are still going to be available in the lessons. So if you've combined, let's say, a unit from ecosystems with a unit from body systems, like I've got in this example here, then, in your revision resources, you'll still be able to download all of our printables and access all of the wonderful Stile X resources there as well.
Which are so handy. And if you are starting out and you don't know about them, you should definitely look at the Stile X digital downloads.
Yep.
They're an incredible way to give that power back to the student to be able to take their learning and own it. I found them super useful when I was teaching. So definitely check those out if you haven't.
Yeah, and if you know about them already or you find that you're using them a lot, I just want to flag that, if you're using, say, like 70 to 80% of the printables that are available, then it would be worth you just checking out our actual booklets and purchasing them, because it works out to be much more cost effective than all of the colour printing. Colour printing can be so expensive. And so, speak to your head of department and you can purchase those through the subscription manager.
And it's so nice to have the booklet and you see the students open it up and this fresh new book. And
they're gorgeous. Class sets of those. Beautiful to have.
Yes. Were you the kind of person that had a really organised book at school, or were you more the type to have chaos in your bag?
No, I was definitely
organised.
A++
I knew
mentality.
you would be. Yeah, I'm down the other end of the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
So,
Opposites attract.
Yes, that's it. Aww.
So, Tom, where can people go if they need some help or support in setting up their own scope and sequence?
It's a great question. So that's going to be one of my roles. I know, very exciting. So myself and the other school leaders across the states, you can reach out through the help toggle, and we'll probably put a link up, I reckon. You can get us and we will help you set up your curriculum. So if you're brand new, you want to figure out how Stile is going to work for you and your school and your term.
Yeah.
We can come out, we can help.
Always here to help, aren't we?
Yes, very helpful.
Now, at the start of the year, I always love to start with a clean slate.
Yes, well, you would. You're very organised. I love that about you. It is important though.
It is. Yeah. And so I wanted to remind people about archiving.
Yeah.
Now, archiving, think of it as like a filing cabinet. So all of the subjects or the classes that you're no longer using this year, we're just going to file them away so they're not sitting there distracting you from everything that you're doing this year. And it's also a really important thing to do, I think, for your students so that they're not seeing classes that they're no longer using this year.
Yeah. It's also really good for teachers if you've changed schools and you've got classes from your old school and you've moved to a new school that also uses Stile. You can archive all of the existing classes from the other school so it doesn't get confusing.
Yeah, if you're using the same email addresses and things. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you'd like some more information on how to archive, please visit our help articles or contact our support team.
Yeah, we can help too. So if you want to reach out, more than happy to help. Yes.
Awesome. Now, to the important and fun parts, Tom. What is new?
We love new things.
We do.
Shiny new things. Tell me.
Now, we've got some really exciting releases to announce for this year. And we're going to start with our prepare mode.
Yeah, good place to start.
Yeah, so when we're in prepare mode, we're all about thinking about how we can customize our lessons to make them our own. And so we're starting off by introducing a brand new widget called the Sections widget.
I've had a look at these. They are very good.
Now, the Sections widget, what you can do is you can sort of like chunk different parts of your lesson, and it just more clearly and visibly starts and stops different sections of your lesson. So really important for pacing, but can also flag to students when you want them on their devices, off their devices, when you want their notebooks out, and you can even pop a timer in them if you want to time that section.
Yeah, it gives you that control back to if you want to move them away from, if they've been on screens all day and they're getting a little bit fatigued, you can add a section and it can really quickly denote when you want to move away from that to something more physical. You could take them out for a bit and do something more hands-on. It's a great way to modify those lessons to make them more about your teaching and the way that you want to teach. So it gives you that power to modify your lessons. So. It's great.
So you'll actually see sections coming to some of our newer units that are being created, so keep your eyes peeled to see how we use them, but you can feel free to start using this widget right away. Okay, and another really exciting new feature is our new simulation browser.
Yeah, this is a really great one. I love this one.
Tell me about it.
Okay. So I was using this one with some teachers last week. And it's a really great way to be able to find the simulations that you want. So it's a searchable function now. When you're going through, there's an entire bank of these simulations that you can add to your lessons.
Yeah, and we've got some great ones. Like we've got our own custom style simulations, but we also have the full suite of FET simulations as well.
And they're really engaging. They're a nice way to modify your lessons. Particularly if you're running really short one day, there's about 20 minutes left and, it's the end of the day and you're kind of like, oh, what am I going to do with these students? You can pick them out. You could even put them up and get the students to help you pick one in prepare mode and then chuck it in. So it gives you that interactivity and engagement.
It's so easy as well because they're all arranged by topic.
Yes.
So you can find exactly what you want when you want it.
Yeah, and they really do. The students love that ability to engage through a simulation. Breaks up a lesson really nicely, I find.
Awesome. So have fun with that one, simulation browser.
Yes.
All right, we're heading into teach mode now. So we've talked about how we're preparing our lessons. We've got some new things to teach mode. Now, if you're a bit of a veteran in Stile, you've probably seen this one already. And I did talk about it a little bit before, and that's our new lesson timer.
Yes.
So we've got our new lesson timer. It's at the top of your lessons in teach mode. If you're working through an activity and you really want to make sure your students are sticking to time, or you're doing something as an entry card or an exit ticket, you can pop in the amount of time you want. You can really easily add and subtract minutes. And it's got a beautiful sort of countdown at the end, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not like sort of those aggressive ones on your phone in the morning when you've got to get up for Monday morning.
My alarm. No, it's got a beautiful, lovely countdown. So that's a really nice and easy one to use. And you can also close it down, but the timer still stays up the top. So I recommend checking that one out. It's going to become a staple in your lessons.
Great behaviour management tool too. If you need quiet work, you can chuck the timer up. It's right there. It's visible. It's a really nice way to regain control of a lesson that you might, we've all been there. It's nice to be able to go, right, 2 minutes, silent work, let's go.
Yeah. Or time your own teaching.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah. What are you saying?
All right, last but not least, we are heading into analyze mode. Some really, really exciting things happening here in analyze mode with Stile Intelligence.
Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, very, very cool.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So with the Stile Intelligence, it is AI. Which don't get scared.
No, very topical in education at the moment.
Yeah. So with our long answer questions, it can take some time if you're having to mark those. If you've got a whole class full of long answer questions that you need to mark, it's going to take a fair bit of time.
Yeah.
But the AI tool can look at the student's answer. It'll take into the model answer into consideration. It'll look at the cognitive verb at the beginning of the question, and then it uses Hattie's feedback framework. Puts that all into some sort of AI. I don't understand that part, but we've got people here that do, which is awesome. And then it will give you model answers and feedback for those students. So it comes out and it's pretty good. It
actually is. Feedback. So like you said, it uses sort of Hattie's feedback framework, and it's a way to generate feedback for students that is not as time consuming for you. And so it really does feed up feedback and feed forward in the way that it sort of generates this feedback.
The thing I like about it is that you still have control as the teacher. So it's not just going to spit out a bunch of random AI. You have control about when you release it. So you can click through, and then, if you're okay with it, then you can just click and release, and then the students will have access to that feedback. So it is secure.
Now, when it comes to AI, we've been really thoughtful and thinking really deeply about how we want to approach this here at Stile, especially in education.
Well, it's everywhere too, so it is important to think about.
And so I think it's important for us to highlight some of our principles and the way that we've decided to approach this.
Good idea.
And you alluded to this before when you said, the teacher is always in control. And, we want to make sure that the teacher is always in the loop. Feedback generated by Stile Intelligence is never going to be released to your students without you vet and approving it first.
It's pretty easy to do as well. You can just click and move on, and but it gives you that control. So
it will not publish without you saying, yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we really want to honour teachers as experts. And we really also want to use AI to empower students. And, in this way to improve through feedback and obviously reducing the amount of time that teachers are spending, generating sometimes feedback that can seem like is very similar for students that have challenges in the same areas and strengths in the same areas. But we also wanted to make sure that, it was evidence-based and it's, grounded in what we think good practice looks like.
And you just often don't find the time as a teacher to be able to go back and analyse every question. But this just makes it easier to give that feedback and let those students know how they're tracking during a lesson. So it's a wonderful new tool.
We've check this one out, definitely.
Tech people.
People are going to love this one. So, what's next?
Well, tell me, Chloe, what is next?
Well, we have a brand new widget coming very soon called the Engagement Strategies.
Fun.
Now, this one is an interesting one because it's all focused on embedding different strategies into your lessons. So think off device, out of seats, collaboration, and really getting your students thinking.
They're often those ones that, as teachers, we do them all of the time without thinking, but it's nice to have them there.
In your toolkit.
And it just reminds you of strategies. So it's like you might not have revisited one for ages and you go, oh, I've got that in my toolkit.
That's perfect. You can embed it right into your lessons. So that one's coming really soon. This is a little preview of what it looks like. Very exciting and very beautiful.
Yes.
And then we also have auto-generated unit plans coming soon.
Bit more AI here, or?
I mean, I'm not quite sure how it works, but I'm assuming so,
I'm glad we've got tech people here that know that stuff. But it's exciting.
That's beyond my skill set.
Me too.
So what we're working on is being able to auto-generate unit plans based on the lessons that you've decided to include in a unit. So if you have created a custom unit and you've sort of picked and choose different lessons that are going to be part of what you've created, then your unit plan will auto-generate based on the lessons that you've included. So you don't need to sort of bring things together.
Yeah.
All of that work is going to be done for you.
Oh, just another hour back in your day.
That's what we're aiming to
Yes.
achieve here. So that should make your planning super easy and simple moving forward. And we're always evolving. Content updates. What's happening in content land?
Well, I mean, lots all of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all. There's always a new curriculum, I feel.
Yeah, everyone's got their own,
Yes.
don't they?
Yeah, they love to have their own flavour, all of the states and territories.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in New South Wales, we've got the new syllabus
Yes.
happening for 2026 for years 8 and 10. So we will be aligning to that. And then Victorian Curriculum 2.0, we're also going to be aligning to next year as well. So our content team's going to be very busy.
Yes, they will be.
Yeah. Other things that we're always aiming to do is more integration of First Nations histories and cultures into our lessons. And we also have some other very exciting new units.
Have you got more secrets, Chloe?
I do, but these are secrets I can't share with you just yet.
Okay, all right. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Okay.
We might have a little nod to it in our images here, but yeah, some new units and also some updates to existing units as well.
Exciting. Great.
So keep your eyes peeled and check out the What's New tab in the Stile platform.
Yes, great.
So, bit of a summary. We've covered so much today, haven't we?
There's a lot to cover.
Yes. So we've talked about how to kick off your year in Stile, checking out the PL Hub and everything that you can discover there, our new scope and sequence builder and how to best utilise that, and making sure that we archive our old subjects and classes to start with a clean slate.
If you want any help with that, the school's leaders, we're really happy to come and help. So please reach out. You can reach out in a number of different ways. I am there to help South Australians, but also Tasmanians as well. I grew up there, so I'll come down and say hello. Don't want to leave them off.
Yeah, absolutely. And that ties in really nicely to the extensive support that you can get at Stile. So if you do need helping hand, please contact your local leader or our support team.
And look at how lovely they look.
I know, this is a gorgeous photo of
them, isn't
it?
They are this friendly in person too. Like it's amazing.
They really are. We should have them here with us today.
I know. They'll be squirreled away somewhere.
They're probably still busy.
Responding
to your queries.
Yes.
So you can contact them via email. You can phone them, or you can even book a meeting with them. So you've got access to both the sort of walkthrough. So if you're not sure how to do something in Stile, you can book a tutorial with them. But through the help sort of button in Stile, you can also book a science teaching consultation. And if you're a head of department, please do reach out if you need help with your scope and sequence builder for a curriculum consult. And
they're pretty quick too at getting back. So like if you're in a lesson and it's absolutely melting down and the tech's not working or anything like that, you can reach out and they probably get back to you within like, I'm going to say 10 minutes, but don't hold them to that. They aim for 10.
They aim for 20.
Do they? Okay.
They're generally quicker. They are so quick. Obviously, peak times, it is the start of the year, so be nice to them.
But how nice is it that there's a person on the end and it feels so supportive like that?
All based here. So they're fabulous. Please utilise them. And that's a wrap for our webinar today, Tom.
Can you please tell me, did you Photoshop this or who did this?
I mean,
Beautiful art.
I made someone else do it. But our design team was not very happy with it. So sorry. But yeah, thanks to everyone. If you do still have questions, please pop them in the chat and someone from our team will respond to your queries. And all the best with the start of the school year.
Best of luck.
Take care.
Bye.